Hi to everyone, I'm Isacco Luongo. I'm transmitting this video from Italy and I want to show in this video the Aleph project. This is my first video in English language. Probably I express myself better in Italian language, but this step is a must, necessary for this matter, this electronics, informatics. The computer itself is an English word. It's not calcolatore in Italiano. It's a computer, so computer burns as English. Anyway, go on with this little presentation, just from break the ice. Now we can see on this monitor the console of Aleph. The console of Aleph, the board is still known because I made a publication on YouTube channel, on Isacco Luongo YouTube channels, and on some Facebook group, especially in my favorite group on Facebook. And now we can see this console of Aleph when it starts. Well, let's go on. The first command we introduce in the Aleph console is help. When we need of some help, we immediately obtain an help screen, so we can find the command we need. In this command list we can find an assembler engine. This is a pure opcode assembler engine made by myself last year for this machine, and from some years ago I made this for the Aleph Z80, the machine zero, the more little prototype, this 64 KB machine. Aleph can address more than 60 megabytes of RAM because as an MMU, memory management unit, that I made some years ago. And sorry, but on the first board I did this with only 12 with about half megabyte of memory. But anyway, we can address more than 60 kilobytes of RAM. Well, now I try to load this source code that is located, as you can see, in this other monitor. This source code is resident in another PC machine. This source code can be loaded with RESI on the other serial port. On SER1 we can have this PC that makes us a tape. This is a virtual tape. On the serial 0 we can see on this other monitor the video terminal. Well, now I go to load this program in the Aleph prototype. Just to say where this program will go in memory, we can see this memory map. We have this memory. In the page 0 we have the system. You can see here down the system, the read-only memory that contains in this EEPROM the system, the Aleph ROM system. Just in the page up, 64 kibytes upper, we have found a free space. In this free space we can load from the kernel of the Aleph system the CPM, and in this space we are going to load a source code, the ASM source code, for compile this source code with the ASM, the assembly that I made for Aleph. So when CPM starts, it finds ready-made an executable COM file made by the compiler of Aleph. Because Aleph is the supersystem and the CPM is the subsystem. The CPM can read only 64 kibyte of memory. The Aleph system sees its memory with a whole half megabyte of memory. With this command we can see how Aleph sees his memory. Each page is 64 kibytes of RAM. So we can consider a linear addressing, because each page is big, has the maximum addressable for the Z80 processor. If each page is the maximum addressable space, each page is a multiple of the address space. So page 1 is the first 64 key. Page 2 is another 64 key. I have divided this page into sub-page just for understanding where we can find a read-only memory and where we can find a RAM, random access memory. But the number of the page is always 1 or always 2 in each two the sub-pages. Well, now we can consider that the CPM will be loaded here in the page 1. Instead, the system stays here in the page 0. The disk, the IBM 3740 single-side disk virtually emulated as an image disk loaded by RESI on the serial port, we can find this data on the pages from 4 to almost all 7. For the total of the capacity of this disk. Now we imagine that this disk of 8 inches as loaded in this block of memory. This blue block is the disk. This orange block is the kernel of CPM. Here we can see the read-only memory that contains each one, the ROM sys and the ASM sys, made for all memory of Aleph. Now we can see in this picture the page numbers increasing with increasing of the memory. So now we start to load this program. This program load. Now all is ready to start. We begin to load this program from the memory of the PC in the Aleph machine. The program will go in the memory page number 5, as we can see in this picture. This is the memory of the Aleph machine. The program will go here. Now start loading from the serial port. The PC is transmitting